I-STEP testing in Indiana starts at the end of the month. Teachers working feverishly to prepare students as they just got last year's results in December, almost 6 months late. A very stressful situation, and it's one of many reasons tri-state schools report a major decline in teacher candidates and the caliber of applicant.
Absolutely terrifying to behold.
The story existed long before Connie Jesh started teaching 27 years ago. A career so competitive then, it took her 4 years post-college to get her own classroom.
I just remember thinking, I'd push a broom after school. I would clean bathrooms. Just hire me. Give me a chance. Let me show what I can do. And, you know, okay, I'll do this one more year. I'll do this one more year. And get the call in the fall and just break down in tears that you were overlooked again. It was just crushing. Grasshopper.
A love for children, especially third grade.
To see that light bulb turn on.
Everyone's spamming.
And to see that kid.
Everybody's hungry?
Yeah. Oh, I get it.
But no matter how magical James' moments with his giant peach may be, like many things, they eventually decay.
It's just becoming more and more frustrating as a teacher. And it's harder for me to even recommend education for young people going into the field.
Many of them taking notice. The University of Evansville reports fall 2015 had half the education majors as it did 5 years ago. Similar story at USI. Across Indiana, initial practitioner licenses down 32%.
Student teachers, we used to have 4 to 5 per year. At the minimum. Last year I had 1 and this year I have 0.
Mars Elementary School principal Greg DeWeese says he's even having a tough time finding qualified candidates to fill an open teaching position. He says a big deterrent, the Indiana legislature.
I don't think they understand what's going on.
DeWeese says the starting salary is about $34,000. Any raises primarily based on test scores. Lawmakers made that change in 2012 and are now looking to tack on an additional 10 years of service required for retirement.
It's making young teachers question, why are we in this? Because there's no more incremental pay, there's no more master's pay, and now you're going to extend my retirement out another 10 years of service. It doesn't make any sense.
Another factor, ongoing assessments. While Mars did get an A on the last accountability grade based on I-STEP testing, DeWeese doesn't give it a lot of merit.
It was a test that was botched from the beginning. It didn't operate correctly. It wasn't graded right. We didn't get the scores back. Then it got rescored. They're asking for legislation to rescore it again and pay millions of dollars. Why? These teachers can tell you how children are doing well before you ever take a test. It puts a lot of stress on kids and families. I've seen some tears during I-STEP testing that doesn't make you feel good about what you're doing.
I'm all for accountability, but when you keep changing the test, you keep changing the rules, you keep changing the passing scores or the requirements to achieve what they consider acceptable, it's unfair.
We're all in the same boat.
The lesson far too troublesome for fairy tale endings. James may get to live happily ever after in a peach pit, but what about those helping children understand the meaning of his story? Indiana's Department of Education trying to get more people interested in teaching again. In its Blue Ribbon Commission report released last month, it suggests reinstituting incremental pay and financial incentives for those with a master's degree. It also recommends launching a state-funded mentoring program to help retain new teachers. And Brad, another big issue, substitute teachers. A lot of the schools having a hard time in the Warwick County School Corporation. They sent home this notice saying, hey, if you're interested in subbing, all you need is 30 hours of a college credit to work in the classroom.
And teachers I've talked to, it seems like one of the big issues is some feel that they are primarily just getting these kids prepared to take tests and the learning process, and they're under a lot of pressure right now.
Exactly. Well, there is hopefully a solution to all of this. The University of Evansville realizing it's a huge problem, a community problem, so it's unveiling a new teacher recruitment retention program. We'll fill you in on that tonight on Eyewitness News at 10.